It's been a wild few days. It's been a wild few days. Right, I've not done a video for, I feel like it's been 2 weeks. It's definitely been more than a week. Just want to give everyone an update of what I've been up to lately. I've got some pickups to talk about, what games I've been playing, a few movies that I've watched which have been very good, and just sociably what's been going on in the past few days and what we've got coming up this week. So you know what, we'll start off with that. So we've got this weekend, we've got the Play Expo in Blackpool event. Absolutely fantastic. I went for the first time last year and there was so many just gamers there and tubers and just everyone from the community there. They had such a good time. Different to, how can I explain it as being different? You can watch the video, I'll put a thumbnail and link in the description if you want to see what it was like last year. Basically you walk in, there is a bar, people are drinking from like 11 o'clock in the morning. It's bloody brilliant. There's about a dozen arcade cabs in the middle. Then you've got rows and rows and rows of tables, rows, not roads, tables of just 8-bits and microcomputers and stuff, so you can sit down for ages. There's even little LAN parties, you know, people are playing like shooters like Halo against each other. There's a main stage where they had the guy from Dune, is it John Romero, I think his name might be, apologies if I said that wrong. And he literally let people come up and he was just one shot killing everyone. He was doing death matches on the big screen. There's lots of things all day like there is at any expo, but this was like a very, very good one. And then part of that, there's again a massive gaming market. So you've got like both things. You've got the expo and a gaming market where sometimes you go, there's not much to play, but lots to buy, or there's a lot to play, not a lot to buy. This is like perfect little blend. I still feel like the OLL at Norwich was my favourite. I still stand by that, but I think that's because I didn't really have any expectation where everyone goes on about Blackpool. So yeah, that's this weekend. There's loads of people going, so I'll see everyone when I get up there. I know I'm going up with Retro Ed UK, and I'm also going up to with Alex U-Star Gaming, so we're travelling up there together. So that's next weekend, and I'll put a link in the description. I'm hoping you can still go with tickets and stuff. I'll put some things on the screen, but yeah, lots of people go there. It's a long way. Blackpool from Essex from us, it's got to be like 7 hours, I'm guessing, because I just did a 5-hour trip yesterday on my own, coming back from Liverpool. So went up to Format. I've been to Liverpool once before, and that was just for a football game, West Ham versus Everton. I won't talk about the score, it didn't go down well. Second time up in Liverpool. This was for Format, so Format GG 24. I believe it's a second event. This was at, I think it's called the Camp Old Furnace, might be the venue. It's like a proper traditional sort of like warehouse rave venue. Last year it was at a different venue. It was very, very, very busy. This year I think had more people, but it was absolutely huge. So let's talk about that right now. So I only heard about Format when I was at Timeless Gaming Convention, which Mag, middle-aged gamer guy, puts on. He is on YouTube, but he's more on Twitch and all these other things, which I kind of don't really understand, to be honest. He does streaming and all this stuff elsewhere, but I'm not too up to scratch with that. I'm a bit boring staying my lane with the YouTube stuff. But yeah, so Mag did an interview with him last year. It was my first time at Timeless last year. And he spoke with Simran, and he was saying about this event he's trying to put on. He likes to put on events, and he was trying to create just a social event where not really like a gaming market or anything we've seen before. He's talking about like a nightlife, like an after party thing just for gamers. And I didn't really know what to expect. I sort of that planted the seed in my head. So I heard about it last year, and then this year they're talking about it again. Got to meet Simran, was having a chat with him. So I was at Manchester Arcade Club with George from the Unofficial Controller podcast, the main presenter of the show, and he introduced me to Simran, and managed to persuade him to see if I could join him for the journey. So that was absolutely awesome. So yeah, so it started at 6. So I drove up there on a Thursday. It's a Thursday and a Friday affair, and I believe there was even like a pre-party on the Wednesday. I only did the one night, as you might be able to tell from my voice. I had to drive home, head down, the towel between my legs. The walk of shame, I was going to say, the drive of shame. I did actually have the hotel booked for 2 nights, and I just had to leave it. I couldn't face another night, not because it was, not because it was a bad event. It wasn't at all. It was a very good event, very fun. I had a great time. Again, very different to anything I've been before, but I just it was a party event. It didn't start till 6. It went on very late. Me and George we got back to the hotel like well after midnight, and the bar was still open. We ended up smashing loads of whiskies back to back, and I woke up about 6 in the morning with the lights on in the hotel on the bed. All my clothes are neatly folded on the chair. George, I don't know if you undressed me. If you did, thanks very much. But I don't know how. But every time I'm drunk, I seem to do things better than when I'm sober. Everything was neatly laid out. But yeah, an absolutely wild evening. I'm going to put, as I'm talking, loads and loads of footage on the screen so you guys can see, lots of photos. So let me just have a little quick sip of this drink. So basically, it is a nightlife event. So you go in, there was 3 rooms, there was 2 sort of stages, there was musicians on. So there was like this violin player who was playing all like gaming stuff. There was I guess she was a local singer. She was very, very good, like a sort of R&B singer, and she was fantastic.
You wanna drink, pick a song, you know the beat. We were feeling it deep, yeah. We were dancing along. We were feeling the song. 1, 2 step on different timeline. It felt so blessed, guided by divine. Little did I know you were trying to undermine. Now you can't hide, the face is melting. You know I realize I need to calm it down. Jotting down my emotions and it's helping. I need to deal with this.
Film too much, it never transparents well, does it? And it's too loud and bassy. But it was like being at a music festival, but for gamers. It was all gaming related. And then there was another group, like, I don't know, grime rap or whatever it's called. Trap, I don't know. I'm not down with the kids too much these days. But yeah, I think like an urban act later on. And yeah, there was something musically for everyone, but there was loads of people were like dressed up Comic-Con wives. So Comic-Con, what am I trying to say? Cosplay, that's the one, cosplay. So there's a lot of cosplayers. I reckon maybe 20% of people there were cosplaying. Apparently last year it was a lot more heavy than that. So literally it was like everyone was, so George just tried to describe it to me. He was like, imagine a nightclub just full of cosplayers and gamers. And that's basically what it was like apparently last year. So I think last year was more like 70, 80% people dressed up. This year a lot less. So yeah, I'll pop up on the screen. I did the footage as early as I could, so it looks quite quiet, but I did it as soon as we got there. I ran round because I didn't want to be getting in people's way or there being too many people to film. So it is a lot busier than that. And there was a lot more cosplayers. I just got a few pictures and videos, as much as I could get to show it. So yeah, there's bars, obviously, there's a lot of alcohol flowing. There was plenty of different bars. There wasn't really anything to buy, but there was gaming developers there showcasing new games. So I'll put on the screen some of those as well. So there was some like indie games and different developers there showcasing different bits, so you could try out different games. There was a few arcade cabs, but you know, there was probably only a dozen stations, you know, to play different games. It wasn't that sort of expo. It was more like those were there. There's people playing games. It's quite a surreal moment because you've got these people playing with these headphones on, sitting at a PC, trying out all these games, and developers and publishers trying to showcase their games. And then you've got this like heavy EDM music in the background. Literally is just like a nightclub. So yeah, it was a proper big sort of gamers party. I definitely would go again. I didn't know too many people there. So it might just be, whereas most of the gamers I know and video game collectors I know are from YouTube, this I feel like was more sort of leg over the other side of the fence. So there was a lot of like, because there was, you know, you get like, what do you call them, like esports professional gamers. So some people had like the gaming shirts on, they were obviously part of a team and they compete and stuff like that. So yeah, there was a lot of like Twitch and all these other different ways of playing and streaming games as people do. It was sort of all different communities, so it wasn't like heavily YouTube or anything like that. So I only knew like half a dozen people there, but it was great to, you know, to see and meet as many people as I did. Got to bump into Mag, which was absolutely fantastic. Didn't even find Simran, don't know where he was. He was apparently being carried around on a wicker chair somewhere, and people were fanning him down and feeding him grapes. But no, jokes aside, couldn't find Simran. I'm sure he was very busy. But yeah, it was just a really fun night, as I'm sure you can see from the pictures and stuff. We had an absolute wow of a time. So there was a second night, like a VIP night, but I literally laid in bed. I say VIP, like an after party thing. I'm sure the same people would be going to it. But yeah, I literally laid in bed just watching TV for hours, trying to get my head right. And I didn't feel right till I got back to Essex. I went for a curry. So I've got no kitchen still. I don't know if I've waffled on about that. I've had no kitchen for 2 weeks, so that's been ripped out. And, or 3 weeks. And yeah, I was sitting at the bar waiting for my curry to be made down the road. And I thought I'd have a beer, and can't feel any worse. Oh boy, was I wrong. No, I felt all right, to be honest. Head of the dog, just had the one beer, and I got home, played some games, and stayed on a cup of tea. So let's go from the format event straight into what games I played. So we start off with last night. So I wanted to try out, I was playing a lot of PS5 lately, but PS4 games on the PS5. So previously I've talked about Days Gone, really enjoying that, want to go back to it. Hogwarts Legacy, really enjoying that, want to go back to it. The Witcher, feel like I'm stuck, not going to rush straight back to it, but what a fantastic game. That blew my mind, discovering that. And then what other games? I'm sure there is another one that might come to me in a moment. I tried last night God of War, because I've never played a God of War game. So I dove in with a God of War PS4 game. Again, I put on screenshots on the screen for you guys to see. So that was really good fun. So I'm going to go back to that today after this video. As soon as I've edited this, I'll probably play that. I've had a couple of super rare games come through the post. I've got 2 Cassette Beast talked about last time, and then there was another game that come through, and one just come through yesterday, which might be Grime, I think it's called. But I'll cover that maybe in another video. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of PS4 games on the PS5. Oh, what's the online shooter? Helldivers 2. So I finally got an internet subscription with Sky. I can't believe you've got to pay with Sky, sorry, with PlayStation. I can't believe you've got to pay PlayStation to use your own internet on games. It's bizarre. I get it on I know the Switch and Nintendo, obviously we always know they're always tight, Nintendo, but at least you get some games and download and you get some stuff with it. Maybe do a PlayStation, haven't looked into it enough. Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. If there is any games I've forgotten, which I have been playing this last couple of weeks, I'll pop them on the screen. Obviously, I was away for a week as well, so I didn't do any gaming. It's been Mrs. Marathon Gaming, went on a little trip. So hopefully things will turn to normal, be a bit more frequency with the videos, a lot more gaming. I really want to play Game Gear today. I want to look for some more Game Gear games locally. There was a couple of shops I looked up in Liverpool. One looked really good. I'll pop it on the screen now, but I was just hanging out my arse like a bat, and I just couldn't face myself to go there. So I'm going to pop locally to the Retro Hunter, to Miso. I want to go see Scott, Sega Zombie, up at the Retro Realm and see if he's got any Game Gear games. I know Ali Retro Hunter's got a lot there, loose carts. So I'll go check them out. Yeah, I want to play some more Wii. I want to try out these games on the Switch. So there's lots of games I want to do before we head off to Blackpool this coming weekend or next weekend. So I watched a few films as well, and really good. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out. Not that they need it, but yeah, in case anyone's after some film recommendations, I love watching films. Not massive on TV series. Like my wife watches loads of TV series. Unless it's something massive like Breaking Bad, don't really get into them. I watched Fallout, but like I didn't even watch Game of Thrones or anything like that. It's just not really my thing. But I do love a film. But I felt like this past year, I've struggled to get into film, or like, you know, there's just not been as many. And I think as it's Halloween's coming up, there's a lot of horrors popped up. So one of them was like an AI. They're not massively scary, like horror thriller sort of. That's what I like, that sort of genre. So one of them was like an AI film. You know, your typical starts off humans working with robots. Next thing you know, things get a little bit tasty, and they did, because Megan Fox was in the film. She was the AI robot, and it got very, very naughty. But very, very good film. Watch it just for her. Yeah, it was a good film, really enjoyable. And then the other film was it was a Channing Tatum film. Don't let that put you off. This is no Magic Mike. Really good film this was. So I was talking in a Discord group with Firm Returns. He's seen a lot of films, and he said he watched it at the cinema like a year ago and he loved it. I can't remember the name of it. Again, I'll pop it on the screen. I can never remember the names of the films. But basically, it's like a rich guy, a bit like what's the Leonardo DiCaprio film where he you know what I'm talking about. I've read the book as well. Have I forgotten that? Great Gatsby. So, you know, where he's got loads of money, very mysterious, health, you know, wealthy man, and he throws his glamorous, glorious parties. So this is a bit like this, but people know he is so successful guy. He's had a few issues, personal things which affect his business. He's got a lot of money. He basically has been disappearing, going to some island for like rehab, etc. And anyway, so it's about this island, and he takes some normal people there, and he lets them party. Everyone's paid, stay as long as you want, but things get a bit wild, borderline Epstein Island wild, proper culty wild. But again, very good horror film, very good thriller. That was really good. So I'll say no more. I don't know if I can put a trailer on here. I don't want to get copy strike, so I'll just put a poster of the films. If you like descriptions, check them out. If you like horrors and thrillers, watch them. They're not like monster horror films or psychological, like paranormal, but yeah, really good films. And then I'll tell you a TV series I did start watching last night. That Netflix documentary on Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, the wrestling one. That's good. So I do watch some series, but I like documentaries, so I digress. And the other film, which is very good, I'm going to try and remember, it was a red poster, Trapped. Really good film. Again, Firm Returns, if you're watching this. He loved it. Give me some of your film recommendations, please, Mr. Firm Returns. So on this film, as soon as it starts, basically there's a killer. You're aware it's basically like an artist playing, like Ariana Grande, like a made-up musician, yeah? As soon as it starts, there's a massive stadium, and there's a concert about to start, and there's a lot of security and police straight away, and it's evident that something's about to go down, some sort of terrorist attack. And you find out, they've heard there's a serial killer in there who's done all these horrific murders, that's been on the loose for ages, beheading women, all this stuff. And apparently they've been tipped off he's there, so they're trying to screen everyone while the venue's going on, search everyone as they leave and catch him. And straight away, you're allured to who the character is, and you're like, well, that can't be right, it's too easy. So you think there must be something else, you get led on, and then this guy who you think is a killer is staying one step ahead of the police, and you're like, is he curious, is he trying to help, is he catching a killer, is he the killer? It's a really, really good film. And then when it gets to the end, it's kind of exactly what you thought it was, but as soon as the film starts, you're invested, and it's sort of just, it's action the whole way through. Trapped, really good film. Out of those three, actually, check that out. Really, really fun, enjoyable film. Really, really good. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. So a little holiday away for a week. Been up to Liverpool to Format, which had a great time. So thank you to everyone who put that event on. It was fantastic. I feel bad that I didn't stay for the second night, because I believe it was part of like the Timeless thing as well. And I paid for the park in the hotel. Might as well just throw money around and burn it. But yeah, I hit it too hard the first night, and I needed to get as far away from Liverpool as possible. But I had a great time. So thank you to George, thank you to Rachel and everyone there, to Mag, Simran and everyone there that we're speaking to. So thank you very much for that. So yeah, play Expo Blackpool. It'll be great. Really looking forward to that. It's like the event of the year. Really, really buzzing for that. And yeah, those are the films I've been watching, and that's what I've been playing with the games on the PS5. And I want to play some Switch. I've kept this short, under 20 minutes. What else can I say? I've got more mugs coming, and I've been trying out some other merchandise. I ordered a couple of t-shirts. I'll try it for myself first. As always, they're not to be sold. I've just brought them to, not to be sold separately. I just brought them to give away in competitions and stuff. So I've been giving away these Unofficial Controller podcast and Marathon Gaming sort of hybrid mugs in a Discord group with a few little competitions. And one of these is being posted today to Firm Returns. I know he's going away on a little trip on holiday, because he mentioned in his Discord, so in our Discord. So hopefully when he's back, he'll have one of these mugs. And yeah, I've got some more coming, so I'll be giving some more of those away. But yeah, hope you're all well. Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping sexy. It's hard not to act like gold tooth when you're on camera like that. But yeah, have a good weekend. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. I'm Mario.
And I am the Hedgehog. And today, with this...